The differences between copying, inspiration, and access. Imitation is flattery. That's what we've been told. But imitation isn't always flattery. The truth is, when people have constant access to you, your ideas, your thoughts, your style, your patterns, they begin to internalize it. When people have too much access to you, they actually stop being their observant and actually start absorbing you. Because here's the thing that people don't talk about when it comes to the three. Convenience actually removes originality. Instead of developing their own identity, people take what's already available. This is actually wired within us on a humanistic approach, right? But that doesn't make it okay. It's easier to replicate an identity than it is to create. Convenience makes imitation feel natural, but it's not. The reason why convenience makes imitation feel natural is because we've been socially conditioned and wired this way to copy the people next to us. That doesn't make this behavior okay, but you have to ask and stop and say, is this why everybody dressed the same, look the same, talk the same, have the same type of habits? It's because we are all copying each other, because it's easier to build an identity that you've seen in others and to actually build your own. It takes a true skill and a very powerful mindset to really shape who you are and to build your own identity. So what are the differences between the three? Inspiration, right? It's still respectful, but it's a distance to it. But most importantly, it's still original. But here's where imitation falls in. It's a learning phase. This is what I call the studying phase. This is where that person that used to be that student now wants to actually control and become the teacher by absorbing who you are and taking your identity, and they try to form it, right? Now, what is copying? It's overexposure. This person doesn't have any self-definition of who they are at all, and they just go into straight copying, and this is the most scariest one. But when you're actually labeling yourself, because we all should look internally on who we are and what our identity means to us, you have to ask yourself when you're navigating your relationships, when access and convenience are both high, people will always fall into one of those three categories. And again, it's inspiration, imitation, and copying. And you have to make the decision, the person, the teacher, on how you want to navigate those relationships, because all three truly can be dangerous, but there are very different levels to it. The more accessible you are, the harder it becomes to separate what's yours and from what's been truly replicated. Imitation isn't always intentional. Sometimes it simply comes down to giving that person way too much access and way too much convenience in your life.